When I was 13, I thought my school administrator was my boyfriend.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video, it is a very interesting video and I'm here for this conversation, okay? So this video is a video of a young woman who came online to share a story of how she was SA and how she was taken advantage and how she was groomed as a teenager. She was 13 years old by a school administration. Literally, when she was like what she said, when she was 13 years old, literally, a school administrator was her boyfriend. And she wanted to talk about how at the time it was happening, she did not realize that this was not normal. This was an abuse. She did not realize until years later, where she has her own child, and then the thing click on her and like, you know what type of relationship I had with that 30 something years old man while I was in 13 years old child. It's not appropriate, it's not right. And now she decided to speak up and even get others involved. But yeah, so let's go hear this woman's story and then we'll come back and talk more.
When I was 13, I thought my school administrator was my boyfriend. My whole For You page right now is just P. Diddy, P. Diddy, P. Diddy. And I have had an encounter with my own P. Diddy right here in Louisville, Kentucky. I can't get too specific because there is an active legal case happening at the moment, but I do want to share a little bit. So going back to 2016 to 2017, I was 13 in the 8th grade. I was a foster child, and I was also a problem student. I was always in trouble, always fucking causing havoc. I can only recall maybe 2 encounters with this man that happened before everything kind of turned sexual. And both encounters were, just normal, casual things that an administrator would say to a student. There was one kind of smart remark that I didn't really notice or, mark in my head for it to be anything at the moment, but it definitely sticks out now. But the first few encounters were very normal for me. So everything was normal and casual, cool, until one day it just simply wasn't. I ended up in his office, more than likely to be in trouble. I do not have a very good memory, but I remember being in his office, and there was a shared office next door. Everyone ended up leaving for some reason, had other duties to attend to. So it ended up being only him and I in his, little office square area. And I remember the door, being shut completely. And the next thing I remember, he was unclipping his belt and pulled out his, probably standing about like 2 feet directly in front of me. So from then, things obviously escalated, and after that day, it was pretty much a consistent relationship. And now looking back, I can't tell you why I would do such a thing like that. But I know I was a child, and I was very naive and easily coerced, and I really just wanted to be loved by somebody. But nonetheless, it escalated from that point, and it was consistent. So through my entire 8th grade year, being 13, he was probably in his mid-30s. We acted as boyfriend and girlfriend every single day. There was some kind of sexual acts happening, whether it was on school grounds in an office or off school grounds in his home. So fast forward a little bit to the end of the year. Well, summer goes by and everything. I go to high school. Obviously, he does not work at the school that I go to anymore. And so we keep in contact a little bit through social media. I seen him one more time after that. It was not sexual. It was just for a favor. But we didn't keep, too close in contact after I left the school. So after that, it all kind of just went away for me. I kind of just put it in the back of my mind and forgot about it and went on with my life as, one does. And it really didn't start to weigh on me and bother me until many, many years later when I found out I was pregnant. And I was pregnant with a little girl at that. From that point, becoming a mother and an adult all at the same time, it really started to click in my brain just how wrong, the whole relationship was and how wrong he was on his end for grooming me in the way that he did. And so after that, it started to bother me so bad I couldn't sleep at night, really, knowing that with how calculated he was with everything that he did with me, I knew in my mind that there had to be other girls, either actively in the past, like it was not just me. There was absolutely no way. So now it's 2021. I'm newly pregnant, obviously really bothered. So I reached out to a friend and she suggested an attorney for me. I met with this attorney. I told him my side of the story, ended up signing a contract, and things were seemingly good at first. He notified JCPS, which is the school board, and Crimes Against Children's Unit, and they put Ronnie Stoner, which is the man's name in question, they put him on leave for an investigation. Per the investigation, obviously, they wanted to interview him, and they also wanted to interview me. To interview me, they reached out to my lawyer. The lawyer in question, his name is David Maurer. He did a lot in the Breonna Taylor case, which made me, really fond of him in the beginning. It seemed to give me a really good impression. But they reached out to him several times, documented. And when I say several, I'm speaking upwards of 10-ish times, to be able to interview with me. And not one single time did he respond to an investigator to be able to interview me. And with that being said, Ronnie Stoner was able to tell his side of the story, and I was never able to tell mine. And because of that, my case went unsubstantiated. So at this point, it's been several years since the abuse. It's weighing on me really bad. I tried to get legal help. I didn't get anywhere with said help. So I gave up and I took it into my own hands and I made a post on social media. I made kind of really a vague Facebook post, a couple of screenshots and a little paragraph, just kind of about who he is and a little bit about what happened. And it got shared dozens of times through my city. There were so many comments confirming, people of all different ages and times that have known them through the years, that they've known, that he does this. And I'm saying they because he actually has a twin brother that has been known to do the same things. So by the end of this Facebook post being shared around and everything, there ended up being 9 girls with confirmed stories and details that are all relatively similar, that either have to do with Ronnie Stoner or his twin brother, like I said, Donnie Stoner, mostly Ronnie here. So there was 9 of us in total. One of the victims was actually Ronnie's own biological daughter, in which he had, raised her entire life. And I'm not here to tell her story on her behalf. I'll leave that for her. But I will say that we went to the same school the same year. We weren't friends, but we knew of each other. And we genuinely had no idea that this was happening to both of us at the exact same time. But basically, all the girls, all the victims that we've, come across from this man, we've all tried to stay really close and tight and supportive of each other. We're, like I said, still in an active legal case. We're still trying to get justice. Everything's just kind of being swept under the rug by JCPS, by investigators, by police. So coming to social media again. We all have the common goal. We just want him away from children. As long as he has a pool of children to fish from, he will. He'll take that opportunity. It's been 20 years. The first known victim was in 2003, the last being in 2024. So that's 20 years of accounted for abuse that this man and his brother have been putting on people to deal with for the rest of their lives. So like I said, end goal here, we just want these men away from babies so they can't keep hurting people's children. So if you would, share for me, please. And if you have questions, feel free to ask.
Wow. Wow. Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Yeah, on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts, okay? Um, for me, this story it's very consigning, and you can tell that this is something that happened to a lot of children that they don't even understand what happened to them. I'm going to give you guys a story of one of my I'll consider her a sister that something happened to. And the truth, the crazy thing is that as a young child, when those things are happening, you consider it love, you think you put it in some type of emotional plane, when these are grown men physically knowing fully being predators. This story reminds me so well of one of my very, like I said, I consider her a sister, and if she see this video, she knows she's the one. But girl, I'm going to share your story. I know I'm not. Anyway, let's talk. Um, we were very young. We were in high school, and I think about the same age, 11, 12, 13. And it happens to be that a guy that lived in the same area as she is, and I think that guy should be in his 20s at that time. The guy started dating her. First off, this guy was dating our older cousin. Our older cousin was a couple of years older than her. So I think our older cousin was like 13. Why? No, our older cousin was like 13, 14 ish, 13, while she was 11, 12. So this guy dated our older cousin first, and from the information we eventually got out of it was that the cousin even got pregnant. I'm saying that this guy took her to the hospital, took her to a medical child, took her somewhere to get it terminated. And mind you, in Nigeria, getting rid of a pregnancy is illegal. That makes sense. So it got it out, and after that incident, he moved from the older cousin, which is just a couple of years older than this my friend or this my sister, and started with her. And I remember the first time I sensed some type of vibe going on between the two of them, and I called her. I was like, "What's going on here?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." She was laughing about it and all that. And this guy, imagine a 20 something years, thinking about it is so disgusting, was doing that to her. And she literally, for years, even to date, she still consider him as a first love. And I remember I was having this conversation with her sometime last year, and I was like, I don't want to hear you say that, because I was trying to actually talk to her like, no, do you understand that what happened at this point in your life? Because I know the entire story was really an abuse. But she still cannot really phantom it. And she has a daughter now. And I was like, can you picture this? What happened to you happened to your daughter? Because at this point, she was so emotionally attached to this boy, because eventually her father found out, and her father almost like unalived the boy. The father was so angry. The boy had to leave that area, went to a different state and all that. Do you know what? Once this my friend was of age, she went to look for that guy. Yes. So there's a whole lot of, I feel like there are a lot of people out there, a lot of young girls, a lot of even some women that are with their abusers. They are with their predators. Because if everything has been equal and she probably married that guy at that, because they dated for a long time. I said since she was like 11, 12 till she was in her 20s. Yes. She was so attached because that was the only thing she identified as love. And why that is, it usually comes from a place of neglect at home, not getting that attention, that love that she so crave. She gets it from him, and that just embrace whatever abuse that comes with it. And there are lots of young girls that go through this, and that they don't register it in their head as a thing of an abuse. Rather, that's their first love. And these older men, they know exactly what they are doing, because they are grown and they know that these children are very impressionable. They don't have to do much to get them and do sexual act with them, which is really disgusting. And yeah, like I'm just like, just even talking about it now, I'm just reflecting on the conversation I had with this my sister. I usually call her my sister. I had with her last year, that she still doesn't see it as an abuse. Yeah, she still doesn't say it. And I don't know. I try to explain it to her multiple ways. She said she gets it. If it happens to her daughter, she'll be pissed, she'll be angry. But the truth is that, I really love him. That's what she said to me. But anyway, I pray this man gets what he deserves. I pray more victims are able to come out and speak up, because these people need to get out of the street. They need to leave society. Hmm? Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thought. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.